as we said, of course, we are going to bring to you the outstanding players during the CHAN 2024. And again, we will not forget how the experience was, how the action was across the Pamoja Beat countries, that is Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. And as we start, let's start with the MVP, that is the most valuable player of the season, and that was Mohamed Rabi, was the most valuable player of the season. He was the captain of the Morocco team, 31 years old. Of course, he plays for SR Far Rabbit. Of course, as you say, the team he's playing for, of course, he's playing for the team from Morocco, because all the CHAN players that were participating in this CHAN, they were playing for the local teams. So the ASFAR Rabat is a Moroccan team, and he's been doing very well at Morocco. And he's the captain of the team again in the local league. That is the SAFAR, but that is yours, of course, Mohamed Rabi. He was the MVP, commanding the midfield of Morocco. And let's go to the next one, that is the Golden Boot. Who else but Osama? He was the one who was holding the Golden Boot. He is actually a little bit of history about Osama is that he is the top scorer of the CAF Confederation, that ended last season, and he took the Golden Boot home, and again he was the top scorer. And again, in his team, he is the top scorer with the 10 goals in the home team. He plays for RS Bakane, of course. That is, he finished with 6 goals during this tournament. That is the CHAN 2024 tournament. And that is Osama with the Golden Boot. You can see it in his hands. And he did amazing. The last goal of Morocco was just an amazing goal that he scored, the last one, when they were sealing for them to be the champion of 2024 CHAN. Let's go to the of course, we have another one, of course, from Senegal, Marc Dufour. Of course, he was the outstanding player in the 2024, leading the team to be the third, that is winning the bronze during this CHAN 2024. Again, he plays for Tungate, I hope I'm saying that very well, FC, of course, a team from Senegal, and he's playing for the Senegal team. He's the goalkeeper of the Senegal. He has won around one of the match, I think, one or twice during this CHAN tournament. But again, he was outstanding and helping the Senegal team won the bronze at the CHAN 2024. And the Senegal team was given the fair play team of the tournament, and they were amazing. I was really waiting for Senegal to meet Morocco in the finals, but again, Madagascar did amazing, as much as we were saying that they were underdog or Mefika final, but they did amazing during this CHAN 2024. And that is the outstanding player that we have for you for the CHAN 2024. Back to Sila.
Of course, thank you, Ziti. Those are the standout players at CHAN 2024. Most valuable player, the Golden Glove winner, and of course, we say Kongole kwao. Now, let's shift gears a little bit. The globally acclaimed National Basketball Association is training its eyes on Africa, tapping raw talent and shaping future stars through its prestigious Basketball Without Borders bootcamp. And a historic first, East Africa played host with Kigali's BK Arena, turning out to the breeding ground for tomorrow's NBA greats. I was in Kigali, followed the proceedings, and filed this report.
Kigali's iconic BK Arena, the hardwood floor became a proving ground for 60 of Africa's brightest prospects, 30 boys, and an equal number of girls drawn from 22 nations.
3, 1, 2, 3.
With NBA scouts watching closely, every dribble, shot, and rebound carried the weight of possibility. Among them, a 17-year-old Kenyan, Ben Kwame Ayogi, who has already secured a scholarship in New Jersey, USA, and now dreams of making the big leap from local courts to the global stage.
I feel like it helps you learn how to communicate and be with different people, and also shows you how hard you need to work, being with the best of the best. The National Basketball Association is not just growing the game, it's building a future pipeline of stars through its flagship camp, Basketball Without Borders. To sharpen the youngsters' abilities, the NBA assembled some of its finest coaching minds, former players and elite trainers
who pushed the campers through grilling drills, tactical lessons, and team-building sessions. For the young athletes, it was more than training. It was a masterclass in discipline, resilience, and what it truly takes to play at the highest level.
These kids have dreams of hopefully taking their basketball careers to another level, and this is a chance for them to be able to get like some great teaching, some great resources, and like you're one step closer to your dream.
Beyond mentorship, the NBA is also investing millions of dollars in building basketball infrastructure across Africa, as Michael Finlay, NBA Kenya lead, explains.
And it's an opportunity for the best young talent to be showcased to some of the best coaches and scouts and NBA personnel, from around the globe.
Officials say the vision is crystal clear: to spot raw talent, nurture it to greatness.
Developing coaches is also a big part of what this program, African talent, some of it stay on the continent, play in club basketball, but those who leave also, they come back and compete for their national team.
We invite African countries that want to host PWB to let us know, because we want to go to new countries, we want to take it to different places. And so once we know, we'll tell you.
Since its launch in 2001, Basketball Without Borders has staged 77 camps in 51 cities across 33 countries on 6 continents, benefiting more than 4,500 campers from 142 nationalities.
After 4 days of rigorous camp, the Basketball Without Borders boot camp has suddenly come to an end. And now, attention shifts to next year's event, with the coaches and scouts impressed by the talents on parade, some of whom will be boarding the plane to Los Angeles early next year. For Citizen TV in Kigali, Rwanda, I am Isaac Swila. And Steve, you are talking about discipline, impeccable discipline. Yeah. I saw it on parade at the BK Arena. Everything so organized, so seamless. NBA actually flew some of the top coaches and scouts from America just to come and see the talents on parade. The type of training regime there, you can't also just wake up and conduct interviews. The order was really seamless. And you look at how the NBA run their things, then you understand why they top basketball.
Discipline is everything in every career you take, be it sports, be it academia. Discipline is critical. When you are told to report at 9 a.m., in fact, you should report at 8:30. Give yourself room for that time. And that shows you that you are prepared for your task ahead. And look at even how the organization, I can feel the atmosphere from the pictures, how organized that thing is. And these are the things that we need to pick even as we move forward. We have raw talent in Kenya, but discipline is our problem, because the way we've been brought up, the environments that we are brought up in, but it is high time that we really change that perspective, because any type of sports is a career on its own, be it basketball. You've seen how Zita's team has been performing, the Thunder.
Nairobi City Thunder.
Nairobi City Thunder.
Actually, they participated in the Basketball Africa League.
Yeah.
The only Kenyan team to do so. And the interesting thing about this Basketball Without Borders, it has never taken place in East Africa.
East Africa.
This is the first time, and Rwanda was the first port of call. Reason being, Rwanda has
the facilities,
a very good arena, which we don't have.
It is coming closer home. Now, this is again a request to the president. You have started a very good job in sports. Please complete it. As you finish up Talanta Stadium, make sure that we have a world-class basketball court, a world-class volleyball court, a world-class swimming area.
Olympic size, yeah.
So that we can even bid, Your Excellency, to host the Olympics.
And Brian, one thing is, talking of facilities, you talk to these elite coaches and you hear what they say, even as they drill the players, and they'll tell you finer details which otherwise you'd brush off. And talking of facilities, they'll tell you why an indoor arena must not have what we call cement on the floor.
Yeah.
Some of us have cement. And they tell you when you build an arena using cement, you are putting those players at risk. It has to be wooden.
Sule, you know I'm a basketballer. I'm a retired basketballer.
We didn't see you play.
No, you that time you're in another field. And basketball was not being relayed live.
No, I've never known what Swila played during when I was in school. Or in primary.
At least me, I've told you.
Swila told me he played golf.
You know, these people have been claiming all the credit. We didn't see Shtera play anyway.
I have
evidence.
You see, at this time, at this age, you don't need to see. Just ask me for the certificates.
Yes, and
I'll bring them.
Anyway, make a point.
So what I was saying, and I'll be very brief again, picking up from what Shetera said. The government has embarked on executing its constitutional role. Remember, the government, the Constitution, Schedule 4 of the Constitution, demarcates this role of promotion of sports to the national government. Now, when the President, His Excellency, is leading from the national government, again, the county governments should also borrow a leaf or take a cue from the national government. However, on the building of some of this infrastructure, now that we are doing Talanta City, the stadium, if by any chance we could also prioritize building the indoor arenas
at the same facility.
Yes, to not even necessarily at the same facilities, but if we can get some other land so that we can also promote these indoor sports. These are low-lying fruits which could win us World Cups or give us
Olympics.
Yes, gain us some gold at the Olympics or some world championships to the favor of the country. Let us prioritize.
Let's prioritize that.
Yes.
And Bran, look at it this way. It's taking Americans, or let me say Wazungu, to come identify and tap talents on African continent. And one of them is Ayugi, who is a Kenyan. He's already 17. And he's already secured scholarship. As we speak, he's in New Jersey. We also had a South Sudanese promising footballer, also 17. Actually, he lives, born and bred in Nairobi. And look now, it's taking NBA to come to build courts in Africa. And some of these projects, they are rolling it out in honor of Mutombo, who was a great defender back in the NBA. Probably it's a time even our regimes played their bargain. They played their part to ensure that we do not lose this talent.
I couldn't agree less, Swila, because I think the policies somewhat are there. The issue for long has been the implementation. Because I believe Kenya has got, in all sports discipline, we've got great talent, and drawing experience from the Basketball Without Borders, it's a good program that if it could also be extended in Kenya rather than Kenyans going to Rwanda, they should come here, like extend the program, because I think the farthest level of exposure our young talents have to showcase their talent is the school games, like truth be said. East
Africa.
The East African school games. And you could see the conditions that they play in, be it football, be it basketball. Sometimes there is disorganization. So programs like the Basketball Without Borders comes into great effect into supporting and motivating the talents, and also adding into the infrastructure. For long, these take a sport, for instance, like basketball. In Kenya, most of the courts are probably the tarmac courts. Inachezwa kwa simiti, which sometimes if you try to compare the conditions with what other countries are doing, it is quite unfortunate for a sport like basketball. If you look at the overview of sports in this world, basketballers are one of the sportsmen who are like really top paid in terms of earning revenue, also drawing revenue for the sport. Yes. So I think it's a wake-up call for maybe partners, the government, inviting the private sectors to also come and at least draw hands and work on these policies so that they can be implemented and support these young talents that we have both in Kenya and East Africa at large.
And actually, NBA is such a big thing. It's so you look at the kind of salaries players are earning from NBA. Actually, to give context, in America, NBA is what the EPL is in England. It's so religious, and the kind of salaries they earn is so big. And what again emerged is, Wakili, right now, you don't have to be 6.5 feet to play basketball. Right now, it's all about the techniques and the skills. And rightfully so, one of the top stars of NBA is probably Shitera size.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It is science nowadays.
Nowadays, and it's not only in basketball, even in rugby. The days of you being big-bodied, as the size of a bouncer, to become a scrum half or not, are long gone. It's about technique. America, in terms of sports as an economy in America, it's a totally different ballgame. You're speaking of NBA. What about if you check the earnings of the people in American football are way higher.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's it's so because of developed systems and some virtues. There's a lot of good virtues. There's honesty. There's discipline, as you said, and there's a good legal regime. The regulations that are in place, there's order. You know, I was reading about the MLS and the differences between the MLS and the NFL. You know, there are some sports in America where there are no club owners. The federation owns, and then people come and take charge, and they are the ones who are paid. Yes, there's so much huge differences that I think maybe in future, I mean, not this generation and the next generation that we are sharing may not really bear a lot, but maybe the other generation may borrow a lot from what they are doing. So we just continue setting up the policies and the regulatory regime so that it can be executed by the other generations which are coming. Of course, bearing in mind that our economic standards cannot be compared to that in America.
Something that you touched, the first comment you said about the county government coming up and helping even in the wave of coming up with infrastructure. Hata isikuwe ile kubwa sana, just like a small one. Because every county we know where our strong sports strongholds are. When you talk about Kakamega, of course, we know it's football and rugby. Talk about rugby. Rugby, of course, the only stadium that we have, or the arena that they have, is that for Kabaras that they're using now. But I don't know, inakuanga kwa mstuni, so I hope it's not theirs.
Not theirs.
I'm just saying where they use. But again, if these counties come up, when you talk about Nandi, where I come from, talk about Eldoret, where I come from, you know it's all about athletics. When you talk about Kakamega, Kisumu, you know about its football, rugby, of course a little bit of athletics. But again, if the county comes up and again help in these coming up with the infrastructures that can help even people and youth in their counties to grow out their talents, it can really, really help.
But what I can advise, let the sports infrastructure be drawn at the national level, because we've seen the kind of jokes the governors have put us into in as far as stadia construction.
But they can consult. I'm saying they're not the one that they can consult from the sports.
The constitution allows the county government.
It allows.
Yeah.
That's true. What Shitera is saying, let's just have order and have
professional
standard qualities.
That's what I'm saying. They can consult. I'm saying
I've been hit, but I will repeat. Look at what we have in Gusii Stadium. That is a stadium. Look at what we have in Embu Stadium. That is a stadium. Kirigiti has never hosted any tournament. This is what I'm saying, and money has been sunk into that stadium. Look at what we are having in Marsabit. I was in Marsabit. The stadium is stalled for the last 10 years since I don't know when the evolution started. So let us not take this infrastructure with a political eye. But let us take it with a professional eye.
But Shitera, talk about after they've done this. Let's talk about the Kisumu Stadium. The international stadium.
It doesn't meet the standards.
No, I'm talking about even if it doesn't meet the standards, you have to even take care of what you have. Ng'ombe zilikuwa zinakula nyasi hapo Kisumu Stadium. You remember juzi we saw that.
Mamboleo.
So no, the Kisumu the football where the football.
The Moi Stadium. There are two. There is Moi Stadium.
No. It could not be Moi Stadium. Moi Stadium is an artificial turf.
As much as you need all these things. take
ng'ombe
care
zinakula
of
turf?
Kuna
We
nyasi
have to move
Nyasi
on.
kando.
iko.
Of course, the point is home. We
Yeah.
take care of our facilities and build standard stadia that meets the international